to buy shots, and then once it's 2 a.m., I don't want to go home. Now I get that same dopamine rush, but from caffeine, my laptop, and my freaking notebook, because I get to create my own income and I literally get to create my life. I kid you not, starting a business changed my entire life. And when I tell you that was me, like I have proof to show it, I wasn't necessarily a drunk, but I was just like everybody out here, went to school, graduated, and just living life on repeat, like reacting to life. I was unconscious, which I later learned. It wasn't until I started a business and I literally low-key personally developed. Like I didn't ask to personally develop, it just kind of happened. And I just kind of had to. And I think it's crazy because I started off literally thinking that in order to even make 100K, I would have to, like 100K a year, I would have to work a 9 to 5 for like probably a few years, or work my way up in one company or go to another company in order to make that money. Now, since I started a business, I literally know that I can make 100K in a month. Like my goal went from wanting to make 100K a year to wanting to make 100K a month. And that's not magic. That's self-development, that's personal development, and I'm just so grateful for that. So the way that literally starting a business changed my life is because I started my business while still working my 9 to 5. I got a 9 to 5 as a technology analyst, and once I was working as an analyst, I basically had a rude awakening. Like most people, I realized this is crazy. And not like most people, because instead of everybody else around me who just decided that this is going to be our life, like I remember my friends and I would FaceTime, like my friends, they have jobs, we all have jobs, we all went to school, and we'd be like, oh my God, we hate working, we don't want to go to work. And I was dead ass. I didn't want to go to work and I was going to find a way out. But everybody else was just like, this is just what life is now. I guess we got to get used to it. People at work telling me that, my parents telling me that. I'm like, y'all are crazy. I'm like, I know there's more, but I just didn't know how. So I was like, I know I want to make more money, but I don't necessarily want to get a second job. I knew that, and God, the universe, the higher power kept literally telling me that, because I would try to get a second job. I applied to like 2 or 3 jobs to be a bottle girl, to be a server while I was working my 9 to 5, and I never went through with it. I never did one. And I at first was thinking like, dang, maybe I'm lazy. Like, how am I going to make more money if I can't even get a second job? But no, that literally was God protecting me, because he knew I was meant for more, you guys. Because instead of doing that, I'm like, forget that. I'm gonna try starting a business. Like, I want to start a business. Now, I was putting it off though. Like, I was on BS, just like a lot of people. Like, I was saying I was going to start a business. Me and my partner were both talking about we wanted to start a business. We wanted to get our LLC. But we never really like doing any steps about it. Like, I was watching YouTube. I was watching TikTok, Instagram. So all these different things, of course, were popping up on my pages. But was I taking any action steps? Hell no. It literally was not until I ended up signing up for something on a paid ad. I genuinely didn't even remember doing it, but I'm at work and I got a call, and like they're like, oh, you signed up for the thing about trying to start an Airbnb business, blah, blah, blah. Let's book a call. Let's book a Zoom call. End up getting on that call, you guys. And when I tell you, the way that my situation was, like if this was any other program, I probably would not be where I am today, because I didn't have any savings. Like I said, I had just got out of school, and I actually had just got a job in a state that I wasn't from. So I just relocated from Omaha, Nebraska, all the way to Nashville, Tennessee. No money saved. My company did not pay me to relocate, but that job was the only job that I had got accepted an interview for, like the only job that offered me a position, and the only job that was out of state. Because I didn't even apply to any jobs in state because I didn't want to. So this was the only job, and this was my ticket out, right? So I say that to say I had 0 savings, and I had just paid off my credit card. So all I had was, I had a great credit score, like 700, 698, something like that. And I had just got a car. So I had all these like big girl expenses, but no savings. Like I said, I just was not really being responsible, not really knowing where my money was going, living paycheck to paycheck. And so I said I wanted to start a business, but like most people, I was on BS, right? I was on BS, like, get on this call. So I get on this call, and like my mind's blown. Like I'm genuinely like, how can I sign up? I want to do this. And I didn't even have any money though for the program. Luckily, I was able to finance the program on a payment plan, you guys. And that is like all glory to God. It happened for a reason, because otherwise I don't know how I would have started the business. I probably wasn't going to take any steps on my own. If I would have taken steps on my own, it would have taken forever, and I genuinely would not be in Miami today, now an entrepreneur, having 3 companies. That wouldn't have happened. And this was in November 2024, It's now December 2025, and literally all this stuff happened in the span of a year. And it's because I decided to start this business and take a chance on myself. Like when I say entrepreneurship changed my life, I'm not even saying it in the smallest way. Like I had these bad habits. I had like goals, but small goals. And I always worked hard. Like I knew that I was meant for more, hence why I moved from my hometown anyway. Like I was doing all these things, but still that's still micro. Like I left my hometown, but then I'm working a 9 to 5. I was settling for that income, settling when I knew I wanted to start a business, but I just never knew how, you guys. And the reason, like now me looking back at it, seeing how this changed my life, it like makes sense that this is where I was meant to be. Because prior to leaving prior to leaving college, I had started so many businesses in college. Well, I attempted to. I got licensed to do lashes. I did lashes for like a month. I did not like it. I didn't like doing the service. I was bored. I would be waking up hungover and then have to do someone's lashes, and I'm like, yeah, heck no. Like I don't want to be doing something where I have to be sitting here. It's doing this, and the money wasn't that much. I definitely could have scaled that and learned more because I did pay somebody to teach me, but I just didn't enjoy doing it. So I'm like, no, scrap that. Tried to start a lip gloss brand, literally ordered all the stuff, never made it because I didn't know how to make it. I didn't know how I was going to put it on the store, and really I didn't do the research. Like the thing is, I could have definitely been successful with all these things, but I never felt the need or felt the want to take it further and like do the research or even seek out getting a coach, which is what changed Airbnb for me. Because I probably would have, if I didn't have a coach, I probably would have started Airbnb the same exact way I started everything else, and I probably would have not finished, or I would have given up because I wouldn't have known what to do, because that's the pattern that I was having with myself. Like I knew I wanted to start a business, and in the past it was just to do a side hustle to make money. Like I did want to drop out, but I was never going to drop out because I was like, oh, I don't want to let my family down, this, that, and the third. So I never really dropped out of school. And I was just like, I'm gonna just try to start a business on the side. So anyway, I tried to start all these things, didn't work. Y'all tried drop shipping. I even tried digital products. Like I would be up, I made a product and called myself putting it on Pinterest, but didn't get no sales. Why? Because I didn't promote it. I didn't do XYZ. I didn't have a coach. I genuinely didn't know what I was doing. So once, I got my 9 to 5, my mindset was like, okay, now I got like my big girl money. Like now I can start a business and I can actually invest. Like I wasn't saving my money, but this is what a lot of people do too. They say they want to do something, but they weren't actually taking steps to it. So that's why doing this coaching program, it felt right for me, because I'm like, okay, I've been telling myself I'm gonna do this, haven't saved any money, haven't taken no steps, I don't even know how to start. So it's like, this is the only way for me to do this right now, or else I'm gonna be on bullshit. Like that's the reality, and that's what so many people fall for. Like they think they're gonna start something and they swear they can do it alone, but it's like, if you could do it alone, you would already did it. And that's what works for me. So I was like, okay, I got my big girl money, I'm gonna start a business. Never did it, y'all. I get on this call, they allow me to finance it. I end up financing the program. I start and it changes my life. And literally I told nobody. Like that's why this was crazy for me. And I genuinely believe that's why I've had so much success in business and personally developing, because I don't tell anybody nothing, because it's nobody's business. I didn't have time for me to tell. Really, it was like the fear of uncertainty when I first started. It was a lot of insecurity around what I was doing. I'm like, people might be judging me, people might say this, that, and the third. But then eventually that, and then also like the evil eye. Like I have this little notion that if you tell people things, then it, like I used to think, oh, me telling people things is gonna jinx my success and it's not gonna happen. This is what I was thinking. Not true at all. Because if you believe in what you're doing and you tell people about it because you're happy to, you just can't let what they say get to you, and like you can just have a clear one vision. But really now it's like I was protecting my belief, I was protecting my motivation and my desire for this. So anyway, I didn't tell nobody, didn't even tell my mom, my friends. I told my mom like in December, and then when I told her, I was like, see, that's why I didn't tell you in the first place. Because I remember I told her, like, I'm doing this thing. And she was like, oh, I'm excited for you, but make sure you're not getting scammed. You paid them, all this. And I'm like, Mom, I'm like, girl, it's not. Like, literally, I'm learning so much. And why did this business change my life? Because not only did I personally develop, but I was learning about credit. Like, I had never knew nothing about credit. My mom, my dad, all these people were telling me, like, don't get credit because you don't want to spend it. You're going to have poor money habits. Like, don't get a credit card so you know how to manage your money, all these things. I could have been at credit and could have been building it up, but I just didn't know. So, like, it was opening all these doors for me. So I'm like, I know it's not a scam. Plus, I see people out there doing this. So if they can do it, so can I. But then here's when it, like, got real. Because, like, obviously I kept doing it. kept doing it, and I got an Airbnb property. And this is when I say the personal development didn't really start. Like, it kind of started when I started the program, but to an extent. Like, definitely the videos changed my mindset. Like, the first part of the program was about having a larger mindset, thinking big, eliminating negative thinking, eliminating people who don't want to see you win. Like, all these exercises I was walking through in the program, I was like, wow, like, this is crazy. Like, not taking advice from people who you don't want to trade lives with. All of these things I was learning in the program, and I was like, damn, like this is huge. So that already put in my mind that, okay, I'm doing the right thing. I can do so much more. This 9 to 5 is temporary. So once I started doing this, I knew, I gave myself like a year, because when I started my job too, I was like, okay, I'm gonna work here for a year, and then after that, I'm gonna go to another place to make more money. But then once I started this program, I'm like, oh yeah, after a year, I'm going full throttle on entrepreneurship. Like, I started my job in July. I'm like, once July comes, by then I'll have enough properties, I could just leave it. Like, that was my mindset. I was set on it, because then I finally got my property in March, and I told myself, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna really lock in, I'm gonna reinvest into the business, I'm gonna save up. And then, you guys, like, I don't know what happened, but I just got this intuition that I wanted to quit my job. I genuinely was like, I want to quit my job. I was talking to my man about it, and at this time, he started a business as well, and so his business was able to profit more and to cover our bills and everything. So at this point, I'm like, okay, I have one property. I know more are coming, because the only thing keeping me from getting more was me not having savings, because when I was working my 9 to 5, even while I was working on the business, I was still silly and didn't save my money. So literally, I did get approved for business credit, so I was using that, but it wasn't enough the first round for me to get like X amount of properties to necessarily replace my 9 to 5 income. So like, I had one property, and that definitely was an extra like $1,500 a month, but I was making like $3K from my 9 to 5. So it's like, okay, I just need like 2 or 3, like 1 to 2 more properties to literally replace my 9 to 5 income. But I knew it was coming. And the thing is, I didn't want to wait for those 1 to 2 properties. I'm like, no, like, I told my man, I'm like, no, I know what I gotta do now. I be at work, literally looking up ways to make money, looking up other skills, looking up scaling Airbnb. Like, I'm at work genuinely feeling like I'm wasting my time. Like, I literally would be at work in the study rooms, in the rooms, telling people I'm on meetings and I'm doing stuff for my business, or I'm talking to ChatGPT about making money, about how to do this, how to do that. Like, I genuinely, when I needed to get my work done, I would get my work done, but that was rare. Like, they didn't really have much for me to do. The client I was on, it wasn't that huge of a thing that I needed to do. So I'm telling y'all, I just would be feeling like I was wasting my time at work, and like, I knew something had to shake when I would literally be at work, and then I would tell them like, oh, I'm finna just work from home. I would tell them that I'm traveling, and I was not traveling. I would be at home working on my business. So I'm like, this isn't really that right. Ethically, this morally isn't right. So I'm like, and maybe they'll catch on to me. Like, a part of me was like, maybe they'll catch on, but a part of me was like, I really don't care, because I know I have a plan B. Like, I know I'm starting my business and I'm about to be a successful entrepreneur. I already have one property. So anyway, my man's business starts doing good. He starts making like money. So I'm like, yeah, we have the conversation. I'm like, I gotta stop. Like, I'm quitting my job, because there's no point. Like, I'm not happy there. I feel like I'm wasting time. And I genuinely believe that me quitting my job would allow me more time to focus on growing my business and learning other skills that can make me more money. Because I was making $28.85. 8 hours a day, that's only like 262. I just did the math earlier. That's only like 200 something a day. You guys. Literally, my Airbnb property, one booking could be $800. One booking could be $5,000. I'm like, no. Like, I'm not finna waste my time anymore. Like, I'm not, like, what am I doing? I'm not really learning skills. Plus, the people at the job, it was like a toxic work environment. I mean, nobody was targeting me, but like the coworkers would just always be talking about everybody. Like, everybody's talking about everybody. Y'all know how work drama is. Like, working at a 9 to 5, it's just like everybody's talking about everybody, and I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to do that. I feel like I'm being fake at work. I'm walking in. I don't want to talk to none of these people. Like, it was like no shade, but I don't want to talk to nobody. Like, that's where I was. So I quit my job, and I only had one property, okay? One property. And everything was like good. Like, you know, my man was bringing in income, and I started digital marketing because this is what I was looking into before, because like I wasn't going to quit with no plan. Like I said, my plan was to grow my Airbnb business, and until I got the credit, I was like, I'm going to learn digital marketing and start selling these digital marketing products, digital products, and I'm going to do it for real this time. Like, I'm not going to just try it by myself. I'm going to buy a course to learn it and to resell this course. So I bought like UBC for like $400-$500. Bought that. I was doing that. I didn't really make any sales, honestly, and so, but I did learn a lot. But I didn't make any sales, and it really wasn't that big of a deal. Like, everything was fine. I did feel like I was obviously getting impatient with my credit and stuff, so I wanted to be making more money, but I still was patient because I knew that the things was coming. And so really it didn't become a problem, and I didn't really start this huge spike of personal development until my man's business kind of paused. Like, it kind of stopped making money, because the thing about that is when you're driving a truck, if you're not driving, then you're not making money. So this was a point, it got to a point where, and literally it was like May or something, I don't know, but it got to a point where, moral of the story, his income was slowing down, and I at this point wasn't working, didn't have any savings, because I still wasn't saving money, and then I quit my job. And although it put myself in a sticky situation, it just felt right to me, right? So it still wasn't scaling my properties. So now bills are due, but the income's slowing down. So the bills are piling up, everything's piling up, and the income it's not coming in. So, you know, naturally your body goes into survival mode. And throughout this time, this is when everything changed for me. And during the time, I was like, why? Like, why is this happening? Like, please, I know there has to be better. Something, you know, like I'm praying, I'm crying. Like, it was getting bad. It was getting pretty ugly. However, this time is what made me so resilient and made me the person that I am today. Because when I was going through that time, and that was a few months ago, and I'm saying like it's been forever, that literally was a few months ago. It's like been 6 or 9 months, and since then, like, now I'm so strong, and now I can get through anything. The uncertainty, fear, it doesn't faze me, because what you have to do is you have to believe in your vision. So when I say that starting this business literally changed my life, well, starting a business in general, becoming an entrepreneur, because it like allowed me to genuinely focus, be selfish with my energy, and just, what is that called? Like get rid of all other odds. Like, during this, although money wasn't coming in, the thoughts in my mind was never go get a 9-to-5. And like, I remember when I first started, I was talking to my mom, even my friends about it, and they was like, oh, like, you know, you should just get another job, da, da, da. But the reality is, like, when the bills are behind, when the bills are like piling up to like whatever amount, the bills piling up to $2,000, I go get a job, I'm not going to get paid that until another 4 weeks anyway. So that's not helpful. 1, 2, it's wasting more of my valuable time. So that wasn't the thing. And so this is when I literally was forced into faith. Like, I had to pray, I had to journal, I had to meditate, I had to find myself, because I had to have faith and belief in something larger than me. Because like, although we cannot control what happens to us, like, no, we didn't go out there and make the truck stop working, and like, you know, I didn't go out there and make me not be able to build my credit, but I can control how I react to it. So what I learned is, instead of me reacting, instead of me staying in this negative mindset and wondering why is all this happening to me, instead of that, I had to switch it. And this is what I learned, that it's not why is all this happening to me, it's what is on the other side of this, because I know it's going to be amazing. Because if I'm going through this, I know this is going to build me for something greater. Like, God has something huger in store, and the blessing is going to be bigger than I ever imagined, you guys. And that's literally what it was. Like, during this time, I never would have thought that we would have moved to Miami. Like, I genuinely didn't know what I thought, but I never would have thought we would have moved to Miami. But we ended up moving to Miami. Like, literally, at first, during the time, it felt like life was gonna end. Like, it felt like everything was terrible. I had videos of me crying, and I was praying. But that's how you know, like, I was already thinking, like, okay, I know I'm gonna get out of the situation, but I might as well document it, because I'm like, it's fucked up right now. Like, it's kind of bad. So I might as well just record it so that I can look back on it later and be like, wow. And that's how relentless you have to be, though. Like, you genuinely have to have that belief that you know you're going to get it done, because there's no way that it wouldn't get done. Like, the only way that I wouldn't be successful and I genuinely would not get everything that I wanted in my business and with money, the only way I wouldn't get that is if I stop. So it's like, as long as you show up every day, you be 1% better every day. You start praying, you have belief, you start working on you, then the rest compounds. It's like compounding interest, and it gets better. And once I changed my mindset, that like I started thinking positive, I started realizing that, you know, my situation is not bad. There's people out there homeless. I still have a head over my house over my head. Although we were about to get evicted, I still have a home. They didn't come and kick us out. I'm not on the street. I still have food to eat. You know, like I'm really good. And that's how you have to look at it. Like these like things that the world, society makes it seem like it's that bad. Like it's the end all be all. If you don't pay rent, if your rent's late, you get evicted, or you have an eviction notice, it's the end of the world. If you get a late payment, it's the end of the world. You guys, it's only the end of the world if you look at it like that. Because yes, I had a late payment from my car payment even get on my credit report because I didn't pay it on time. All of these things were happening, but it's like, it is what it is. Like you being negative and you letting that control your circumstances, control your mood, control your energy does nothing but keep you in that situation. So that's when I say it changed everything, because it allowed me to still be positive, to still show up, to still go to the gym, pray, meditate, even when stuff's chaotic. But what am I gonna do? Sit at home and mope around? Sit on the couch all day like a bum because my bills are behind? That's not making anything better. But what you can do when stuff gets rocky is you can be resilient. You can focus on the future. You can focus on where you're going. You can focus on still doing these habits every single day, because that's how you're going to make it out of it. Because if you don't, you're literally going to give up on yourself. Like literally you're just making it worse on yourself by just basking in the negative energy. Staying negative when stuff's negative isn't gonna help. If the outside circumstance is negative, then the least you could do for yourself is be positive and change the way that your perspective is about that in order to get out of it. And that's exactly what I did. And when I was doing it, I didn't really know that's what this was, but that's what I'm saying. Like I had never really been through anything like this in my life. So I've heard before too, like there's a saying that you can give success to somebody who's just never went through nothing and they might lose it all. But when you get success, you make a lot of money, you give $1 million to somebody who's had nothing, who's been to the lowest of low, then it's different. They value it different. They know how to go up and get it. Like you could take it away and they know how to get it back, because nothing phases them, because they know how to move with it. Like it builds you for the worst of the worst. So when I say this was the first time that I had ever almost had the lights cut out, I had ever had an eviction notice. Like I didn't go through this as a youth, thank goodness. Like I didn't go through any of this. So I'm at the lowest of the low, but that needed to happen for me to be here, because in business, a lot of things are uncertain. There's days in business where you don't know if you're gonna get paid, but I would rather have that than have my income be capped, because it boils down to at a 9 to 5, okay, you're getting that check at the end of every 2 weeks, but it's the same every 2 weeks. Entrepreneurship, I could be broke tomorrow, the next day I could be up 10K. It's literally that simple. So it's like, I wouldn't trade this experience for the world, because through every single thing I went through, whether it was like about to be evicted, not having no income coming in, I learned skills, you guys. Like this literally forced me, and I don't know if it was, it definitely was me having faith in me, believing in something larger than myself, because I genuinely believe in God. And so when I was going through this stuff, I was just praying, like, you know I'm gonna get out of it, like, please help God, like, just praying. And it may not show up in the form of, okay, your bills are paid tomorrow, but it shows up in the forms of, here's this business idea, here's this skill that you need to learn, here's this person who's gonna help you get there. That's how it shows up, and that's literally God answering your prayers. That's the universe telling you, take these steps, and this is how you make it out. And that's what happened to me, guys, because during this time, I get the opportunity to learn sales and to start my coaching program. People are asking me to coach them through Airbnb. That's another way to create income. So when I tell you the way that you make it out of these negative situations, the way that when entrepreneurship seems rocky, the way you stay resilient, you stay positive, like you're gonna find ways to make it through. Like I don't know any verses from no type of religious book, but I'm telling you, it's true. It happens. And the beautiful thing about this is literally entrepreneurship gave me the ability to have more time to myself to learn these things. Because if I was in my 9 to 5, I was literally neglecting time for myself. Like when I say I stopped going to the gym, I wasn't reading books, I wasn't meditating. Like my routine was all over the place because I didn't have time for myself. So entrepreneurship allowed me to have the time to then focus on me, right? Because then I quit my job. So then now I have all this time, like business takes time, but then again too, you have to have routines. And so in the beginning of this, I only had one property, so I didn't have much that I was doing. So I'm like, let me learn. So when I'm not learning, I'm in the gym. I'm meditating, I'm journaling. You know what I'm saying? I'm improving myself. And you have time to do that, you guys. And one of the ways I know that this changed everything is because I used to swear up and down that I wasn't creative. I swore up and down I wasn't creative. And I started getting ideas like during this time, and this has still been happening. Like, I'm still learning so much each day. That's what I'm saying. Like, entrepreneurship has made me the person I am because I started getting ideas about other things I could do, even YouTube. Like, I wanted to do YouTube since I was younger. But I was always like, I don't know what I'm going to get on there and talk about. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. I don't know what I'm going to do. I start getting ideas. I start getting ideas for other businesses. I start getting ideas for how I can scale my business. I start getting ideas for how I can help other people around me, other people in my family, make it out of their situation. Like ideas about anything, you guys, I be getting them. And it didn't happen until I allowed myself to grow and I had the audacity to literally put my back against the wall and just have faith. Because yes, I quit my job with the plan, but no, I didn't know that. I didn't have all these properties coming in. Like at the time I had one property, but I believed in myself to get it done. And then God showed me along the way. My relationship with God grew. I started meditating. I started journaling. All these habits that I started during this time when I was at the lowest of the low, no money, they literally built me up to now. These habits are what make me the best version of myself. Like, it's crazy, but like now I have a morning routine. I meditate, I gym, I read. I'm reading this amazing book right now, Secrets of a Millionaire Mind, and I'm going to talk about this book, but I'm doing so many great things. And this is coming from a person. I started the video how I started it because this is coming from a person who genuinely used to value going out every weekend, who prioritized going, in the beginning of starting my business, prioritized going on a trip with friends, prioritized letting my friend come see me over me going out and looking at properties. Because I could have my property like a week before. I had the funding for like a month, but I was prioritizing other things. I was having bad habits. I was enabling people into my space, enabling things into my energy that were not good for me. And that's what I'm saying. You literally have to be selfish with yourself, and you have to realize, okay, if I want success, I can't keep doing this shit. Like, that's what it boils down to. Because I'm like, yeah, like all my friends, all my family, they're saying this is how they live. They're fine with working and then just going out on the weekends, or working and then just traveling, but then doing this shit all over again, having to come back to a 9 to 5. I'm like, that's not what I want. Like, I want to travel and I want to be gone for a month and I want to still be getting paid. You know what I mean? Like, I want to move away and not have to worry about, let me find a job. Like, I was never going to move to Miami unless I found a job in Miami. Like, I didn't know I was going to have to find a job or move for my job. Like, that genuinely was a thing. Like, and that's what a lot of people holds them back from leaving, because they're like, I have to find a job to get there. Entrepreneurship has allowed me the ability to move to Miami because my money can go wherever I go because I create it. Like, I kid you not, if I lost everything today, if I lost all my Airbnb properties, if I lost every single thing to my name, I would know how to go back and get it, because it starts from within. Because I know all I got to do is believe. I have goals. I got to write them down. I can create. I can talk to people. I can sell. I have selling skills. Like, all these skills that I learned along the way built me, you guys. And so when I say entrepreneurship changed my life, it's literally like a personal development journey that you don't sign up for. Because of course I wasn't thinking I was gonna become this great person. Like, did I know? I would always say I wanted to stop drinking. I would always say that I want to stop going out. But I never knew how it was going to happen, because I was still in the beginning of this. Like, last December, this time last year, I was still going out. I literally went to my hometown and I went out, got drunk, the whole thing. And I'm not judging people who do that. The only thing that I will say, and I got this from Alex Hermosi, you just don't live your life in a way that I prefer. So everybody who still does that, that's fine. But you don't live your life in a way that I prefer. The way that I prefer to live my life is to travel whenever I want, is to wake up feeling great, okay? Not wake up feeling hungover. Is to be able to be in an environment and not have to get a drink, to have fun without drinking, to create income. And the reason why I had to cut out these distractions is, for me, they were distracting me from getting better. Like, if you're able to go drink and then wake up and run your business and, quit your 9 to 5, kudos to you. But that keeps me further away from my goals, because it doesn't make me feel good, right? So it's like, even as an entrepreneur, I can go out and go drink because then I have, more free time. Like, well, now there's no free time because now we have 3 companies, so there's no free time. But in the beginning, there's free time. I could have easily been going out and just finding a way to get drunk, spending the money I did have on alcohol. But what's that gonna do? That doesn't make you feel good. So, like, becoming an entrepreneur and personally developing, allowed me to just have this mindset around I only want to put things in my body that make me feel good. I only want to be around people that make me feel good. I only want to do things that make me feel good. And so for me, that's traveling. For me, that's like, okay, when we're traveling, I don't necessarily want to go to the bar. I want to go to a kava lounge. Like, like I want to genuinely talk. I want to talk about business. I want to talk about goals. I want to talk about investments. This is what I want to talk about. Like, I don't want to talk gossip. I don't want to hear about that guy that did you wrong again. Like, what are we going to do? I want to talk solutions. I want to talk about how are we growing, and not how we're growing in this cap society, but how are we going to step outside of that and do more. I want to be inspired. And like all these things is what entrepreneurship showed me. And now that I look back on it, I'm like, I was meant for entrepreneurship this whole time. Because when I tell you I was the worst employee, like I would have jobs in college and I would always quit. If listen, the moment I felt like they was overworking me for how much they was paying me, I'm like, look, I'm out. And people used to think I was crazy. Even my mom friends, they'd be like, you can't just quit. Like I remember I quit the bank. Like, you can't just quit the bank. You might need it again. I said, who? I'm not gonna need that again. Because I knew, like, I never knew what I was going to do, but I just knew. And, like, even in college, I kind of didn't even know, like, nothing felt right. Like, nothing felt passionate. Like, I majored in supply chain management because my aunt told me that I could get a job after college with that, you guys. And I did. I got a job. So, thank goodness I got a job. But that wasn't what made me happy. Like, I genuinely wanted to drop out. And I do be thinking now, I'm like, wow, imagine if I would have dropped out way before. I probably would have been in Miami. Like, I probably would have, you know what I mean, Rolls Royce by now. But it's fine. We're a year into it, and so much has happened, you guys. Like, I've learned so much. And that brings me to this book. Because the way that I've learned and expanded my mindset and raised my awareness, that's the hugest thing, you guys, because I didn't realize that all these bad habits, like drinking, being around gossiping, hearing all these negative things from people, I didn't realize these were bad. Just like you might be watching this not realizing how those aren't affecting you. It's because I wasn't aware, because I was unconscious. But me working on myself, me praying, me meditating has literally raised my awareness. Me only doing things that make me feel good, working out, walking, laughing more, being happy more, not complaining, not being negative. All those things keep you on a high vibration. And when you're doing that, you're more aware. So like you see the negative things. You see how you were dragging yourself down before. Like I see how now when I would say, damn, like, like today, like, oh, I would be in traffic and I would be like, dang, like, oh my God, I don't like this. I don't want to go to this job. Then I go to the job and I have a long day at the work and then I'm wanting to leave work. Because I'm putting myself in that mindset because I'm saying that, like I'm aware now of like what we say is powerful. So now I'm aware that I can create anything. Like you guys today, like I just, what I just said out loud. And I just realized this is something that I want. This is one of my goals. Like the next 3 to 5 years, this is going to happen. I don't know how. And the thing is, you don't have to know how. But I'm going to exit a company for like $1 billion. I am. And I genuinely believe that. And the only way that it wouldn't happen is if I give up. I don't know when. And it's not a matter of if, though. Like, that's what I need you to understand. Like, if you want to be successful, if you lock in on yourself, it feels good. Like, it's not hard. Like, me saying right now that I don't go out no more. It's fine. Like, going to the bar is like nothing. Like, I'm not bored. The thing is, like, successful people, they embrace, I guess you could say, boredom. But it's like I'm doing other things that make me feel good rather than doing things to mask my problems, rather than being around other people who are negative, because that's not good for me. So I had said something before that I wanted to get to, but I forgot. But really, it's just like, yeah, like entrepreneurship has allowed me to master boredom in a way. Like when I think that I'm bored and I want to do something, it's like, no, go create content, go write down your ideas, go make a video, go write down your goals, go read a book, go watch a motivational video. You know what I mean? Go on a walk. I can still go to a lounge and like do stuff and not drink. But it's like I'm not going to put nothing in my body that doesn't make me feel good. Because it doesn't. That doesn't make my body better. Because it's not good. It's not. But like caffeine, there's caffeine that has good things in it. There's no alcohol that has like vitamin B12 and L-theanine in it. But there's caffeine that has good things in it, And so now like I get high off of getting caffeine, sitting in front of my laptop and making calls, okay? Doing meetings, writing down my ideas. Like that stuff makes me genuinely happy because I literally know that all that's gonna happen. Like, I'm so serious, and I'm super excited. Like, I'm excited every day to wake up. Like, I don't feel like, I have to wake up and go to this job. Like, no, I go to bed every day. Like, tomorrow's gonna be an amazing day. I wake up like, oh my gosh, I'm super excited. I talk to my man about our ideas, and I'm like, I cannot wait. Like, we're planning things out to the T, and I know those are gonna happen. And that's how you have to be. So when I say entrepreneurship changed my life, like, I'm almost scared for if I didn't start the business, because I'm like, would I have been a drunk? Was I gonna be going down this road of alcoholism? Because it was bad, you guys. Like, I would get drunk to a point where I would black out, and that would happen like probably at least once a week, where I would just black out. And if I wouldn't black out, I would just drink a lot and then be like, oh, I'm not drunk, because I wouldn't feel it. And who knows how much alcohol I was drinking, but I genuinely wouldn't feel it because I had become so immune to alcohol. So, like, you know, and it's okay, but that's not the way that I prefer to live my life. I just want more for my life. I want to be. I am successful, okay? I have goals. I am accomplishing them. I am a millionaire, and I am amazing. So I just know that I'm only going up from here. And the way that I was able to get here, though, was through going through hard things, kind of like putting my back against the wall, eliminating all odds for myself, going all in. That's what, because when I quit my job, I quit and I made a choice that, like, okay, I'm about to quit, but I'm about to go all in on me. I'm about to go all in on entrepreneurship. I'm not doing a freaking side hustle. I don't want to wait a year to quit my job. Because, yeah, guys, I didn't wait a year. I worked my job for 10 months and then I quit. Like, I got my property in, like, the end of February, and I quit my job in April. I was like, I know how to do it. I got the business model. I'm out. And that's how it happened. Because I'm like, I'm going all in. And that's what you have to be. Like, I'm like, there's no plan B, C, D. No. I'm never getting a 9 to 5. Even today, I don't care how bad it gets. I ain't never getting a 9 to 5, y'all. And right now, shit's not even rainbows and butterflies. It's not because of my business. It's because personal life stuff. But that don't mean I'm giving up. That don't mean I'm quitting. Do you see me here today? We look good. It doesn't matter what I'm going through. I'm going to look good. I'm going to wake up. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to read my book. And I'm going to eat a meal. And we're going to do it all over again the next day. Because we're going to be 1% better each day. So that's my little, I don't know, tit for tat about how entrepreneurship literally changed my life. It made me level up. And so if you needed a sign, then you need to take that. You need to go all in, because when you're on BS and you're going back and forth, should I do this? Should I do that? Should I listen to this? Should I listen to that? You don't need to take advice from anybody who you wouldn't trade lives with. You don't need to ask anybody permission. You don't need mommy and daddy's permission. The only thing you need to be telling your mom and dad is that I just made 10K, you know, or like I just made 100K. What do you want for Christmas? You know what I mean? That's all you need to be saying. You don't need to be asking them about how to run your life. You're an adult, and if you want better, you have to go get better. You got to create that. And it's not hard. Like, people have this stigma around starting a business or being an entrepreneur that it's hard. No, the hardest part is you believing that you can do it. This is another Les Brown. I love Les Brown, motivational speaker, because I listen to motivational videos now. I don't even listen to music like that. Sometimes I want to feel good, but music, there's a lot of stuff that you hear that music, like, why when you hear Rod Wave, you just want to be sad? I'm not trying to walk around sad, you know? So I listen to motivational videos, right? So Les Brown, one of the quotes he says is, the easiest thing I did was become a millionaire. The hardest thing I did was believing that I could do that. Or so he says something like that. But literally, like, the hardest part is you building up that belief, you working hard every day, meditating, journaling, like positive thinking, really heavy on the meditating, because that's how it'll get easier. Like, once we started meditating, like, that's how we got to Miami in like a month of not even knowing how we were gonna get here, meditating. Once you do that, that's literally like the reps to being able to create your life, to being able to believe in yourself. Because the hardest thing isn't doing it. It's not hard to make a lot of money. It's not hard to be a millionaire. It's not hard to be successful. The hard thing is you gotta work on you, and you have to stay focused in it though. Like, you can't say an affirmation. You can't read a book and then expect change to happen tomorrow. Like, you gotta keep going. That's what I'm saying. Eliminate all odds. Make a decision that you're gonna go all in, and watch how your life changes. And if you like this video, then make sure to tune into the next one. I'll see you there.